friends. So I wanted to do something a little bit different today, and let's just do kind of like a weekly check-in series. And while we're doing our kind of weekly check-in, talking about things friend to friend, I'm going to do a part of one of my beauty routines with you. So today I've already done my cleansing routine, so we are going to be doing my new face routine. So to get started with my new face, I like to apply a generous layer to a section of my face. So the gel does dry after a little bit, so I like to break my face into like quarters or sections. Okay, so device is on. So with these kind of like weekly check-ins, I thought it would be fun to, talk more about elements of beauty besides what we topically do while doing something topically. Because, there's so much more to beauty than what we apply to our face. And, we all have different kind of like struggles. We all have different areas of concern, and there's things that happened with us both internally and externally. So the external parts for me are like very superficial concerns. And I have points that I can improve with things that you can't see. And that's what I want this series to be about. So I was thinking we'll do like little weekly check-ins. Side note, I love the little like pulsation that you get from the new face. So this week, to kind of kick things off, I want to tell you what kind of like inspired me to do this. And I was actually really inspired by one of my very, very like dear friends. She's a gem. She actually has her own little company called Note to Self Movement, and she talks about topics that are some people would consider to be taboo. She talks about like mental wellness, emotional wellness, relationships, sexual health. That's something I'm not going to talk about because I'm not comfortable with it. Too scared. And that inspired me because if you ever see her, you can see her on the website. The website's called Note to Self Movement. They have a fabulous Instagram account where they do a lot of fun lives, giveaways, workshops. It's really, really fascinating. But if you ever see her, you'll see she is beautiful. She's like this perfect. I remember when I first met her, I'm like, it's like a Barbie in a shiny white car. And I've met her sister, and her sister's absolutely gorgeous too, so. Okay, so I like to wipe the little kind of heads off, and I'm gonna move on to my next section. So anyway, did I not do this right? Oh. I've had this for a few months, and I feel like I've still not mastered how to use it. Okay, so anyway, my friend who has this company, just seeing her open up and sharing her experiences, I found really inspiring because if you look at her, it kind of reminds you of like when we're in high school and you see like the pretty girls who are like so happy and they're friends with everyone and they're popular. you just think they're perfect. And then hearing her open up, you know, talk about things that other people do, things that are relatable. It's comforting. It's comforting to know that you are not alone in what you are feeling. So I thought by sharing more with my little YouTube friends, I could help someone, hopefully. So my big struggle is, lots of struggles. Like what I consider to be lots of struggles. Like most of my struggles, admittedly, are superficial. My big struggle currently is weight. And weight's something I've struggled with since I was in grade school. But last year, my big struggle was just, last year it was, you stay home and the lines up at the grocery store were horrible. And then my husband and I turned to like takeout as like an alternative. And then we're like, this is good. So that became something I wanted, or that led to me wanting to lose weight. And I'm not great with it. I'm someone who naturally, I can be quite lazy when it comes to stuff like that. Like stuff I really love, like skincare, beauty, education, helping people. That is stuff I'm proactive with because I enjoy it. For me, it's like, it's a sense of fulfillment helping other people. And that's what, you know, why I started my channel. And I realized there's ways I can help people besides by giving them advice on what to apply to their face. Okay. Oops. Sorry, that was loud. I've got my bowls of water from where I did my cleansing in front of me. So we're gonna move on to my forehead. So, you know, at this point, I'm not ready to give out numbers as far as how much I want to lose. I mean, you can see me. I'm a chubby boy. And I've got opportunity for weight to lose. And by, you know, being open about it, sharing my struggle, maybe someone else out there who's struggling with the similar things will find this and it can be of help to them. So that's what I would do. I just want to help and inspire. Also, like, I never, like, I don't know, like, this, like, talking candidly it's challenging. I don't know how people do it. And, as I make more friends in this community, it intrigues me because I've had a few of my, like, new friends, they're like, you're really good on camera, you're a natural. I'm like, am I? They're like, you've got, like, this confidence. And I think to myself that before I go on camera, I'm so nervous. I'm scared, and I feel like that comes through in my videos. Because, you know, there's things that when I'm editing, I see that I want to improve on. I stutter, I say a lot. I've tried using like a script, and one, I mean, I can read, but I struggle reading out loud. I just, like, my eyes skip all over the place, or I'll read things backwards. And I don't know, it's not consistent though. I don't always do it. It's like when I get nervous. It's so funny. I remember when I was still managing at Mac, we had like a big kind of group meeting, and it was, so in our mall, like, we all met at the Mac store, and it was the different retailers. So Mac Store Freestanding, Nordstrom Mac Team, and then Hudson Bay Mac Team. And with me being like the assistant, my manager, she's like, I want you to take more ownership. She's like, take part in this. She's like, read this section. And I'm like, okay. So she's like, you did really well. And I'm like, thank you. She's like, you do realize you skipped half a page. I'm like, did I? I was like, I was just reading. She's like, yeah, you like skipped 2 paragraphs. So I'm like, oh no. She's like, it's fine. I don't think anyone picked up on it. I'm like, okay. But yeah, like when I read out loud, I just get really nervous. And that stems back to like grade school. I don't know. Is there any type of topics that you want to talk about? Like there's so many different things I would just like to talk openly and candidly about. I mean, if you don't know, I'm 31. I've moved to a different country in the last few years. I got married in October. I love decorating my house. I like to cook. I hate the cleanup process though. I think I picked that up from my mom. I dislike doing dishes. And you know, with what's going on in the world, there was a demand for like appliances. So we had a dishwasher, but there was an issue with it during the install. So we went for almost a year, I believe. No, just under a year without a dishwasher. So I learned how to wash things by hand, which is something I'd never done before. And I'm like, oh, wow. Which is funny because like, I mean, we had a dishwasher and stuff when we lived in our condo. So everything went in the dishwasher. But now that we've moved, when we moved, we upgraded like our kitchen equipment, like our pots and pans and stuff like that. And a lot of those are hand washed. So somehow now, like our big items, we still manage to hand wash. It's kind of nice. Like there's like this sense of like therapy to hand washing items. But that's hand washing is not why we're having this video today. What else? Like I'm just trying to think of things that, I don't know, ask me about. Another thing I pick up or another thing I love to do, which is something I think I picked up from my Grammy. That's a person that I wish everyone could meet. She's fabulous, but she has this love for like doing like artsy, crafty things. And since I was a kid, she's loved making like flower arrangements and wreaths. And when I moved to Canada and I was living in my first townhouse, the front door just felt so plain. And I was like trying to think, I was like, what would my Grammy do? So then when I went home, I remember, I think she and I went to like AC Moore and Michael's and got all the supplies. We made a wreath and I brought it back up to Canada and I loved it. It was great. So now that kind of project has turned into like a full-blown love. And, you know, since then, like over the last 2-3 years since that happened, I've really fallen in love with making like my own like seasonal floral arrangements. And like, you know, what I love about working with artificial flowers is if you buy like nicer quality ones, and they don't have to be like the super high-end ones. So, you know, like just like the nicer like silk ones that you can get at Michael's and whatever, they will last you season after season. I just put them in like an airtight container and I store them in my basement with my other seasonal decorations. But making floral arrangements has become such a fun thing. And occasionally I do share that over on Instagram because the colors that I put in products or projects like that, they really inspire me. And home decor really inspires me. So I don't know, if you want to see more about home decor, let me know. What else? Trying to think. Oh, I've recently really been loving adding color. So my kind of love of color kind of started here with my office. And I don't know, when I was thinking about what I wanted for kind of like my YouTube setup, I wanted something that felt very personal. I wanted something that felt warm and inviting and reflected me. So that's kind of how like this background has come to be. And you know, there's parts of my background that you can't see. Maybe one day we'll do an office tour. Like over here in my corner, there's a bay window, and I have like this two-piece like 3D puzzle of like Hogwarts that my husband and I built together that I absolutely adore. And what else? I've got my shelf behind me, which is just like an IKEA unit, and in little different cubes, I've got like limited edition makeup that I love. I've got like little memories and gifts from friends, just like stuff that makes me feel happy and warm and fuzzy and kind of sets like an ambiance for what I wanted or what I want my channel to be. So New Face gel is on, so I'm just going to wipe it off and we'll go on with some skincare. Yeah, I love that. I love the like temporary lift that my New Face routine gives me. I've been using it since January. I got it for my birthday, which fun fact, my birthday is January 16th and I started my YouTube channel on January 17th. So I don't know, turning 31, I'm like, forget being shy, forget being scared. You are never going to not be scared unless you just turn the camera on, record a video, and start going. You know, that's, you know, maybe next week that's what we'll do a topic on. Insecurities, because I will admit, I've got a ton. I mean, to this day, I've got things that scare me. Like, this doesn't sound horrible. I don't like going places by myself. Like, it's gotten to a point where like, if my husband has to work and I want to go to like Walmart or something, I will like ask one of my girlfriends like when she's off, and like I live just outside of Toronto and I can be downtown Toronto to where she lives in like 35-40 minutes depending on traffic. I will drive downtown, pick her up, and then we will go to Walmart together just because I don't like going alone. But I don't know, you know, that's something that I want to work on, and you know, maybe we'll add that into our weekly check-in. Like, we'll like, example I'm trying to think of in our weekly check-in, it can be like, hey, I worked out this number of days, I lost this amount of weight, I gained this amount of weight, and I did something out of my comfort zone, and I went to this place by myself. Who knows? Like, that's just an example, but that's eventually what I do, because, you know, if I struggle with something like that, there's someone else out there who is bound to struggle with it. So if making a butt of myself and sharing the quirks that make me me and overcoming some of those things, if I can help someone else, then it's worth it. So this is the Timeless Coenzyme Q10 Serum. Coenzyme Q10, it's an antioxidant. It's found naturally in our skin, and it can deplete as we get older. So I normally use 2 pipettes or droppers full. It looks like this. It's a very kind of liquidy, beautiful golden serum, and this just goes all over. Between rinsing off the new face gel and applying this, I normally would do my vitamin C serum. However, I didn't know how long I was going to be filming, and my vitamin C serum is in my bathroom in my like little skincare fridge. So, I don't know. I get because vitamin C is a very unstable ingredient. So, since it's been refrigerated since I opened it, I was worried that with not knowing how long I was going to be filming, and you know, I didn't know how long I was going to be doing this, how many takes it would take me to get the one that I was comfortable to post. So I left it in the fridge. But anyway, I normally use the Timeless vitamin C plus E plus ferulic acid serum. So this is the Dior Prestige Under Eye Serum. I love it because it's like this gold tip and then like these pearls, and there's the product right there. This, it's so nice. It feels so good on the skin. So use this around my eyes. And you'll notice instead of going this way, instead of going clockwise, I go counterclockwise because when I wake up, I can get puffy. And right through here in this inner corner of my eye, or eye right here, so right here and right out here, you have a drainage point. So a lot of times that puffiness can just be excess fluid. So for me, when I massage my under eyes like this, it helps to depuff a little bit, and it just feels really, really nice. So if you've got more things that you want to talk about, or you've got things that, you know, you want to know more about, you want to know my opinions on, this is just a random video I'm going to be doing once a week because I want to. You know, I was thinking about it. I'm gonna definitely use like my tags and stuff like that on this video. I don't think they'll affect my overall channel, but I want to use things that are relevant to the video so other people can find it, because, you know, if I'm talking about, you know, like my struggles with like my like mental health and happiness, or I'm talking about my weight loss journey, or I'm talking about anxiety, and someone else finds that video and they can, like, someone finds the video, they relate to it, and knowing they're not alone, it helps them, then that's fantastic. That's what I want. But my channel is still primarily, and first and foremost, it is a place where I can help people, but I stick to what I know, what I'm experienced with, and that is skincare and makeup. So this once a week video, which, you know, it might end up being either a YouTube live or an Instagram live. It's something for me to sit and connect with those who watch this and those who relate. So that is what that is. So this morning I have been here for 2-3 videos, I think. The first attempt at this, I walked you through my morning kind of like cleansing routine. And then we did another one where I did masking. And at this point, I don't know what started. I don't remember if I started with my new face routine. Like, the different takes I've done this morning have all ran together. And while I don't want, like, this video won't be edited, I won't cut anything out, you know, unless something goes off. Like, I tried to record this video yesterday, and I was using a new steamer that I hadn't used before, and that ended up being a hot mess, and I went to cut that out. I'm just like, I don't like this footage. There's a cut. I don't want cuts, because this video isn't like my other YouTube videos where I cut, I edit, I try to streamline everything. This video is just purely me connecting with you and having our friendly conversations while doing our beauty routines. And you know, I feel like these like little beauty routines are so helpful to some of us. Some people it doesn't matter. Some people don't enjoy it, and that's fine. Do what makes you feel good. But you know, for me and other people out there who enjoy beauty routines, there's something about having this routine and doing it, like having that moment of another thing I've picked up from my friend Nalita at Note Self Movement is she doesn't like the term, oh my goodness, I can't think about it. Self-care? I think it was self-care is what she doesn't like. And instead, and I believe it was her first or second podcast, she was like, instead of calling it self-care, why don't we call it like an investment in yourself? Because, I mean, come on, that's wonderful. So many of us don't invest in ourselves like we should. And you know, that's the thing, like for me, other than having like my little community here on YouTube, I've got a few other responsibilities and things I need to do in my life. And, you know, I feel like when I don't take care of myself, I can't fulfill my obligations I have to my husband, my friends, my family, like, and you know, sometimes you need to take that moment to reinvest in yourself so you can be better for the people around you. And I don't know. Another thing is like, I love my friends. I love spending time with my friends. But it doesn't matter how much I love my friends. If I spend too long with too many people, it is exhausting. It is like draining. Like, and that's when I was younger. I mean, in my like early 20s, I felt like it was easier to do because, you know, me and my friends drank. And now I might have a sip of wine here and there, like for a special occasion, but I haven't like socially drank in almost 2 years. So what I'm applying now, I don't know if I've mentioned this, but this is the Anessa, and this is the Perfect UV Sunscreen Skincare Gel SPF 50 plus PA4 plus. This is going to be in my upcoming sunscreen review video. This is a combination of mineral and chemical filters, and since it doesn't leave like a white cast or a weird greasy finish, I apply this to my neck and my ears. Normally, like when I do my mineral sunscreens, I don't normally apply those to my neck and my ears because mineral sunscreens, even though they do really well on my face, they don't always do well in those areas. Like they leave like these like streaks and stuff on your shirts, or your hair sticks to them, or it's just like not pleasant. So I tend to use chemical sunscreens that dry down, don't feel sticky, don't leave a cast, don't have like this weird residue on those areas, because it's just more comfortable. But this sunscreen's lovely. And it's kind of fun. Like, I don't know. I was so nervous going into this video. I mean, I'm nervous going into all of my videos. I get scared and I ramble and I say, I mean, now that I've watched myself on camera, I realize some of the quirks that I have on camera are quirks I have in like real life. And you know, I don't mind it. It's kind of fun. There's something I really enjoy about people seeing who I am. Because I'm not perfect. I'm weird. I've got my own quirks and things, so someone out there is similar to me, and you know, we can just be weird and socially awkward together. But let's see. Okay. So I've got my sunscreen on. We're gonna let that set up for a little bit. Any of the excess can go over my eyelids. There you go. I don't know what I'm doing today. I think only thing that my husband and I have talked about doing is I think we need to run to Whole Foods to get a few groceries and run to the drugstore because I need to repurchase some first aid supplies, because yesterday when I was trying to film this video, I went through like a full-on spa routine. So I purchased this kind of steamer. Let me grab it for you. Here we go. You're about to see all angles. Okay, there we go. So I ended up purchasing this like little facial steamer, which is by Lenove or Lenove. I don't know. I purchased off Amazon. It was like $40, and I don't know what happened. I don't know if I put too much water in it. It's just not fabulous facial steamer, but it started to spit boiling water, and like right like down here on like my midsection where the water hit me, it ended up like burning, and now I've got a blister. So I need to get first aid supplies to take care of that. However, I'm gonna try the steamer again next week, because when I was ready to put it in the box, because I'm like, this is faulty, I'm gonna send it back. I took it out of the box and I found this in the box, and it's a little measuring cup, and then it says right here, please do not add more than 50 ml of water. I don't know how much this tank holds, but I filled it all the way up. So that could definitely be user error. And if it's user error, and I need to give another try just to see if it works. But we know don't fill it up to the top, because it will you can burn yourself, and that's not fun. So I just like to let this kind of dry. And while this dries, what can we do? You know what? I can go ahead and start doing brows. I really hadn't planned to do much makeup, but because I mean, you've seen me do my makeup numerous times, but I'm honestly really enjoying this like time chatting with you, and there's something about knowing that I'm not cutting stuff out. I really enjoy. I'm like, yeah, this is belonged. Oops, there goes products. There's something about knowing that instead of like this being like a edited, perfected YouTube video, and it's more of a conversation with friends, that makes me feel really good. Because, you know, and that's something like one of my friends since I began, she's like, just be you. She's like, people need to know you. And I'm like, but how? I'm like, how can I show people who I am? Because she's like, that particular friend, she's like, you're a sweet person. She's like, you're a good person. She's like, you're a fun person. You're a silly person. She's like, people need to see that. I'm like, I don't know how to show that on camera. So I thought doing something like this where I'm me, I talk, I share what goes on with me in my life. Maybe that will allow other sides of me besides the nerdy person who really enjoys skincare and makeup. Fun fact, even though I love skincare and makeup, I really hate doing my nails. I'm not good at it. Like, I'm really not good at it. Like, I don't know. I took a manicure pedicure section of cosmetology school when I was in the US, and then when I moved to Canada, I did my aesthetics course for Canada. I did another, like, I did a full-on manicure class and then a full-on pedicure class. I'm not good at it. Like, I'm not good at it. So, and you know, that's the thing. Like, I was like, I'm gonna be good at this. So I remember I went to Nails R Us. I bought the C&D shellac light, and then I bought a bunch of different shellac colors. So I've got my setup to do my shellac, and it's funny because another like person I really enjoy watching on YouTube, who now, like, when they followed me back and we started messaging back and forth, I was like fangirling. I'm like, oh my god. But her name is, I think, oh goodness, I'm so confused because I don't remember if her name is Salon Life.CA on Instagram or YouTube, but look her up. You know what, I'll add her link and Note to Self Movements link in the description box. But they're both wonderful, and the way she does nails is phenomenal. Like, she'll do colors, she'll do swatches, but she has this specialty called kind of like a clean manicure, which is very much in line with like my love of like no makeup. So I'm like, yes. So I try to recreate that, and you know, I am on my second or third bottle of the Dior Nail Glow, and I really, really enjoy it. So, I don't know what I'm gonna wear. So, here's my skin, just sunscreen on. I'm happy with how my skin looks. What do I wanna wear? Do I wanna wear concealer? Do I wanna wear foundation? I'm gonna wear primer. My goodness. So, side note, what just fell and what fell earlier. This is one of the Hourglass Confession lipsticks. They are so slim. I don't know where to store it. Like, it's too long to fit into my lipstick drawers. It's too narrow to sit into the holder. So it's pretty. So I set it in my kind of like on the lip of my vanity mirror with some other like little minis that I reach for often, but it falls. So I just tucked it into this like little container I have my mascaras in. So instead of a foundation, I'm gonna use the Beauty Blender, the Leveler Primer, and I'm gonna give it this shake. It does have a little bit of like a skin perfecting tint, and it's a nice product for days when you just want low effort perfection or perfecting. So with this one, you don't want to drag. I like to kind of do a pat and slight pull. And I don't want this all over, so since this does have a little bit of like a silicone effect, it does kind of mattify the skin. So I'm gonna kind of use this where I want to slightly smooth the look of my skin and mattify. You know, something else I would really love to do, like once I get the confidence up to do it or I'm not so scared, I would love to try doing something like this on an Instagram Live or a YouTube Live. I think that would be so much fun. I just want more ways to connect with all of you because I think it's fun. Like, that's something I really enjoy with some of the people that I follow on YouTube. It's wonderful, like when you see people like they comment back or like they do like live chats and like you can almost like talk to them. I think it's so much fun, and I would love to do something like that with all of you. I just took more out. I don't know where I wanted. I don't want a lot of shiner here. There. I really don't like when the front, like the tip of my nose, like I like this bridge to be really shiny, but when the tip of my nose gets shiny, I don't like it. What else? No, I wanna, so here's a trick that I do. If I want to almost like contour, but I don't want to contour, I'll mattify slightly under my cheekbone, like mattify where I don't want, or I would mattify where I want to contour, because then the area that's mattified, it won't reflect the light like the area that is shiny will. So you can almost like highlight without highlighting. So I like that. What else do I want to put on? So we've got brow on, we've got that Beauty Blender primer. Should I put something on my lips? Or do I want to add a blush? I don't know, my face feels very one-dimensional. I'm gonna add a blush. What do I want to play with? What's something I haven't played with? Let me try this. So this is the Tarte Breezy Cream Blush in Pink Sky. I think I've used this once before. Looks like this. And I'm gonna pick up a little bit on my finger, tap some off. Yeah, I'm glad I tapped it off because that's a lot of product. So pick up what's up in the back of my hand. Oh, so much better. So much better. Like it's, I don't care if I'm working on, it doesn't matter what gender a person is, what ethnicity, what skin tone they have. Everyone I work on gets some type of blush. I just feel like blush makes everyone look better. I don't know, because for me, our faces have like this color because, you know, under our skin, under the surface of our skin, we've got blood, we've got vessels, there's so much happening under our skin to where our skins naturally have this kind of like flush. So I love to see that effect come through on the skin. Yes, I like this. And since I have that on, I'm just take a little bit, press it over my lip. Actually, that color isn't too much different, or isn't too different than my color of my lower lip. Nice. What else? Do I want to add anything else? I feel like I should add something else. I'll add a little bit of highlight. So I'm going to use this Rms Living Luminizer. It's just a clear highlight. It's a nice one, but if you are okay with coconut oil, because I do believe this is a coconut oil based product. And I always like to smell it because it is a natural product, and sometimes natural products get funky. Let's see. It's been a minute since I used this little product, so I don't know. I get paranoid about some products, especially a lot of like our clean beauty products, because like in skincare and stuff, there's preservatives that have been proven to be safe that keep your products from going rancid. And sometimes with these like more natural or clean beauty products, they use these other ingredients that don't have as much research behind them. And it makes me worry, so I like to smell my products that are more clean beauty. Feels like I'm almost highlighting right where I added that blusher. There, okay. So that is that. We are currently at 45 minutes and 35 seconds. So I'm gonna end us here. It has been fun. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you want to see in the next one, what topics you want to talk about, because I am an open book and I am up to talk and share anything that you all would like to know more about. So I will see you on the next one. Bye.